Before I get into this video, just two little things I wanted to say. First of all, rest in peace Ken Block. Such a shame, such an awful shame. I mean, it's a shame when anybody dies, but you know, it's a shame. I know he's obviously most commonly known for the Gymkhana stuff and his rallycross and all that kind of stuff. DC was, as silly as it sounds, a massive part of my formative years and growing up and stuff like that. I've worn nothing but DCs since I was old enough to buy my own shoes, 13, 14 maybe. I always kind of knew him for that through skateboarding culture, those skating videos, all that kind of stuff. Always associated him through, you know, Rob Deerdeck, Josh Kalis, Danny Way, all the kind of OG 90s and early 2000 skaters. An awful terrible shame, but rest in peace Ken. The last thing, and on a brighter note, is I partnered with the homies Sean, Alan and Connor from Candy Culture Era. They're a drift team based in Galway here. They'll be going to a bunch of events this year. Both of their cars are getting rebuilt at the moment. Sean is their kind of a workshop guy and media guy. Sean's been the homie for a couple of years now. In fairness, I've never actually met Alan or Connor, but they seem like really nice dudes. So I sponsored with them a little bit this year towards getting their cars painted. So keep an eye out for them. I'll put a link to their Instagrams and their YouTubes and stuff. They have a vlog, probably about 6 or 8 videos deep now, I think. Interesting stuff, pulling out the engines of the cars and paint work and a bit of fab stuff and all that kind of stuff. It's cool, it's been fun to watch, so keep an eye out for them, and let's get into the video. We're back again looking at the boot of the Accord. It needs something else. It just needs something else. There's a couple of little things that it needs. I've got some ideas, some of which we're going to start at today, just to make it a little cooler. Maybe not going overboard, but just something a little nicer. So I'll show you one thing. In the boot, when you take down the back seat, or when you open the boot, sorry, there is a cardboard panel there, there's a little cover there, and there's a cardboard panel over there as well. Now, obviously it looks ugly there because I have them taken off, but I took them off just to check a couple of things. But they don't look great anyway, so I'll give you a look at them here. They're just literally a cardboard panel with a little bit of foam kind of insulation on it where it sits against the frame of the seat, I guess, just to stop it vibrating. It's supposed to be like so. So if you were looking in the back, it would look something like that. And that's what you see. And it's, you know, it's just ugly, I guess. So what I'm thinking of doing is remaking those panels in 3mm, just MDF board, similar to stuff I've used 100 times before, and spray gluing and then trimming them with the same material as the roof liner and the same material on the compressor little jacket guy and the same material on the stand for the manifold. So it will all kind of match, you know. So when you look in the back, you will see a bunch of matching pieces. So first step of that is to trace these out onto the MDF, cut them to size, cut them to shape, and then just start trimming them. It's a little cold today to kind of glue stuff, so I might just get them prepped at the very least, and we'll take it from there. Okay, so you've just seen we've got all that panels made, material on, and as if you've seen the headliner video, all pinched around the whole edge. Keep it nice and solid while the glue cures. There's no need for glue along that edge or for it to be folded over, because the little access hatch panel thing has like whatever an inch of coverage there, so it should be fine. So once all that's dry, I'll cut out these little strips there, like where it sits into the seat frame, and throw it back onto the back of the seat, and I think it'll look pretty cool. Okay, they've sat overnight. I've taken the pegs off and had a look, and this is how they came out. They look really nice. I really wanted the pattern to pretty much match across. Now it mightn't be exact, but it'll be damn close, you know. So let's pull the back seat out of the car, flip it over, throw the panels on, and then throw the seat back in the car. Okay, so let's get these guys put back on. We need to cut a few little slits for where it sits into the frame, stick that panel back on, and just kind of button it up. I think it looks pretty good. So we'll get a nice new fresh blade, so we're not kind of using a rough sort of one. We'll cut our few little holes for fitment wise. So I figure while we're doing this, we can have a little chat. We can get to know each other a bit better. How about that, huh? Instead of an awkward silence. So it's been about 2 years now since I started doing the videos. Not that I'm doing it, you know, for any particular reason. Like, I'm just doing it for fun, I suppose, kind of a bit of a hobby, I guess. But it's been cool to see. I've started to get a couple of comments from regular people, like the same people every video, stuff like that. I get kind of people getting in touch with me on Instagram. It's cool, it's been fun, you know. So if you are one of those people, there is one guy, I believe his name is Brandon, I think is his name. On his Facebook username it's spelled different, so I don't know, maybe that's how he spells it, I'm not sure. And there, yeah, got a couple of comments from a few people, just, you know, talking about the videos, and it was cool to find CB specific content and stuff like that, and, you know, fun. So if you've been watching any of these and you do have any questions or anything like that that you're wondering about the car, or about where I got any of my stuff, or any of that kind of stuff, by all means leave me a comment there and let me know. I'd be happy to chat with you. So right, let's this one goes in here, kind of slides in under that. Yeah, perfect. That'll go there, and then this one goes under here. So we kind of slide that forward a bit more. Oh yeah, nice. Very nice. That should go a tad more. Yeah, that's perfect. That looks good. Yeah, nice fit. That seems to line up in the right place for the screw hole. Yeah, it sure does. We could probably go even a smidge more on that one. No, I think we're good. Okay, so let's do our few little access. And we've got a little bit of extra to get rid of there. Let's get rid of that. But yeah, so it's been cool to be making the videos and kind of get to, not, I won't say get to know people, but, you know, to see the names popping up and stuff like that, and know that maybe there's a handful of people out there that are actually getting some kind of value out of the videos, which is cool. So especially a shout out, I guess you'd say, to Brendan there, or Brandon, again, I'm not sure which one it is. You see the username is spelled Beandon, so I assume maybe it was just a typo or something, but maybe that's how the dude spells his name, I don't know, I won't judge. So, but yeah, it's just been cool, so shout out to him. And there's another guy, I can't think of the name, it was like Crisley something was the username, I can't remember off the top of my head. Bit of information, did a bit of feedback about my video there making the top mounts a few weeks ago. So yeah, again, nice to see a bit of interaction with people on the channel. It's cool to know that people are interested in the car and interested in what I'm doing and all that. So, you know, it's cool and fun. So let's try and slide this guy in here. That's what she said. Get this one under here. Slide that over a smidge more. Keep going. Cool. Okay. I think we're about right there, are we? Yeah, perfect there. Cool. Okay. Now, let's take the screw over that. I am missing the screw from the other side, but I'm sure I have something in my mountain of spares, but for now, just the one will do unless there's something to hand. No, it doesn't look like it. Now, I wonder, see that's kind of grubby looking. I wonder should I give that a rub of like, you know, white spirits or something to kind of clean it up a bit first. I probably should. Yeah, so we might do that. We'll give it a very quick rub of something there, see if it'll clean up. I tell you what though, it is freezing cold today. I planned on doing a few more bits today, but I think I might call it at this. I get this thrown in the car and I might just go back inside. It's a bit too cold for all of this messing today now, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully now this might clean it up a little bit. There's a couple of kind of, I don't know what they are, they're like paint marks or something on it there. Now again, you don't really see this when you're looking at it, but like you won't be looking specifically at this panel, you won't specifically be looking at the panels we've just made or anything. It'll just be overall looking at the whole thing, I guess. But in the spirit of the whole thing, let's clean up everything while we have the chance to do it, because knowing my luck, I'll end up having to take out something else and then this will be in the way, and it always seems to be how it goes. A little bit more, I'm not going crazy with it. Yeah, I think we might be enough now with that, that's fine. I could paint that, but I don't know, it's not a big deal. I wouldn't have the same colour match anyway, I'd have to go and get stuff specifically made, so with that in mind I'm not really too concerned. Now, if I remember right, that slides in under there. Which is kind of awkward. Where does it slide in? I can't remember if it goes on that one or the other one. See, this one, maybe that needs to go over a bit more. Yeah. Okay. That slides in under here. Or does it go there? No, I think it goes on the other one. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Why won't that slide back on there now? Maybe it is that one. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. As usual, I didn't really pay enough attention when I was taking it apart. But anyway, we're there anyhow. That's fine. I tucked that in under there. Probably could have left them a little bit longer, but it's not really a big deal. Make sure that that is sitting down as flush as I can get it anyway. We'll get our screw. And we're going to have to kind of guess what's going on here, I think, but it might be okay. There's one. Yeah, we're definitely only going to have to get a second one if we want it to look kind of clean. Right, bear with me there, so I'll get another one of those. Okay, cool, got one. It's not the exact same, but it's close enough that it'll work. Yeah, perfect. Cool. Okay, oh, it is the exact same. Cool. Okay, I thought it was a different thread pitch or whatever. Okay, so let's give you a look. That looks quite nice. It looks pretty good. We'll throw it in the car and we'll see how it looks from inside or from outside. Okay, seat is back in as normal. I've put a light in the boot here so you can see it properly, but let's have a look and see what it's like. Oh, it does look nice, doesn't it? And the pattern is nice and square. It looks really good. Let's take the light out of the way for a minute and see. Yeah, those grubby stains on it are a little bit I don't know, but I think in the grand scheme it's not that big of an issue. But yeah, I think it looks really nice. Definitely kind of tidies up that back section and ties together the compressor jacket and the little front thing for the stand for the manifold. I need to tidy up those those air lines a little bit, but yeah, it looks good. I'm pleased with it. Looks really nice. Okay, so next idea to kind of spice up the boot build is on the boot lid itself. So as you can see here, on each side there's those kind of, like say, there's, you know, where are we, one kind of diamond shape sort of thing there, there's kind of a triangle sort of shape there, same down here, kind of a triangle-y sort of shape, the same on both sides. So what I'm going to do is mask off the shapes. So we'll start with that one, mask it off, trace it, lay the template over on cardboard, cut the cardboard, test fit it. If the test fit goes okay and it seems a nice, you know, a clean fit, I'll cut that out of the same boards that we just used for the back there, trim them, and then with Velcro stick them on up in place of those. So I think that'll just kind of add a little bit of cool factor to it as well. So let's get started with that and do some masking. Cool. Okay, got my 3 templates made out. Pretty simple. Bit of a pain in the ass doing the masking, but you know, getting it to peel off all in one go, but it's fine. So largest one obviously for the bottom, this guy, and the next one. So the next step is transfer them onto the 3mm piece of board, chop them out. I'll need 2 of each obviously, so I'll make 1 set of 3, double check the fitment, then if once they're all okay, make a second one based on that template. So let's go. Templates all done. They came out quite nice. That one is a little bit of an awkward sort of shape just down here where it sits on the boot, but we'll be okay. I'm aware now that as you would have seen just there in the clip, the grinder is not the most elegant way to shape a piece of wood, but is indeed probably the fastest. So yeah, went okay. So the next thing to do is get some of the material. lay it out, what pieces are going to go where, mark it, and start gluing all of that. Right, here's what happened. So I got them all made, had them all set up, glued, trimmed, everything, all pegged around so they were nice and, to keep them in place, leave them overnight. And it turned out I had made 2 lefts. So that one was that way but trimmed appropriately, if that makes sense. So I was very cross trying to figure that out. Then I noticed I had made 2 lefts for that one as well. So the only ones I had made correctly was that one, and these 2. So very, very annoying. So now that one, I managed to peel the material off, flip it around the right way, and use the same piece because the dimensions was about right. It's not it's an okay match. It's like I said, I tried to have, say, that has a nice pattern there with the 2 beige stripes. That has the 2 beige stripes. That has the kind of crisscross there. It has the crisscross there. Now it used to be on that side of it, but because I had to flip it, no big deal. This piece looks gorgeous. I really like the look of it. The pattern is nice. It's interesting to look at. The other side was the exact same. Like the pattern matched perfect, just the mirrored version of it, but obviously I made 2 lefts. So in my anger, I was ready to literally just fire the whole lot in the bin. I was like, fuck that anyway, because it was the last bit of material that I had, having done the last few bits. So what I ended up doing, I pulled off the material there, had a couple of little scraps, you can see them over there, had a couple of those left, found a piece that the dimensions, that it fit in, remade it, re-glued it, re-close pegged it, everything. I had done 2 lefts again. Literally, I had made the same mistake inside 10 minutes. And that was it. I was like, okay, I had all the pegs taken off and put away, and I had the whole lot of them, and I was ready to drop them into the bin. It's like, no, give it a second and see, just think about it. So I left it, I walked away from it, I left it overnight, and I went and I checked in the house. I knew I had a little bit of material left from when I originally did the roof, whatever, a year and a half or 2 years ago. So I went and got that, and there was just, and I mean barely enough to do it. So that's what that piece is. Made correctly, they're facing the right way. Unfortunately, the pattern, like I said, those 2 kind of match, the 2 smaller ones kind of match. That couldn't be any more different. But look, I wasn't going buying another, whatever that was, 3 meter square of material just for the sake of doing that. So look, it is what it is. It looks fine. It's not really the kind of thing that someone's going to take too much notice of, but I don't know, look, it is what it is. It's done now. So anyway, we're going to move on. Next thing to do, so get some of this Velcro that I got. It's a double-sided, there's 2 strips in it there. I've used it before, it's quite good stuff considering it's cheap. So what I'm going to do, for example, is flip over that one. I'll cut a strip of Velcro, stick it on here, and then put the mating side of the Velcro on, peel the backing off, and then offer this up to the boot, like so. So it'll make sure that the Velcro is in the right place, if that makes sense. And I won't have to be kind of, sticking one piece on the boot and one piece on the back and kind of hope that they line up. So it's usually, that's how I would stick on a number plate with Velcro and stuff like that as well, and it's never let me down. So let's do that. So I'm going to peel the sticky off whichever side, it doesn't really matter, use whichever side you want. I'm going to apply it right across there, like so. Then I'm going to peel this side off and then offer it up to the boot. So that should, in theory, give me a nice kind of fitment, if that makes sense. So let's give that a try. We'll peel that off. At least if I mess this up, it's only cheap and easy to go and get some more of the Velcro. I'm probably shaking the camera a bit there. It's fine. Okay, so that's on nice and sturdy, so we'll peel the sticky off here. Now, so as you can see, the Velcro is already attached together, so it means it's a good fitment between those 2 surfaces. The only thing I'm afraid of might be a little bit, actually, let's trim those while we're here. Trim that a little bit, yeah, it's not bad. Let's see, we'll be okay. Right, let's try this. So that is the one for this side. Let me put you somewhere you'll be able to see. Right, I'm not sure now if you can see from there, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. You'll get the idea anyway. So I'm going to push that against there. The Velcro idea didn't really work. There just isn't really enough space between, like, it there is obviously further back than the kind of brace or whatever there. So what I've decided to do is, where it is level, put a little bit of Velcro there, and then some double-sided tape around the edge, the thicker stuff. This one is quite awkward because this comes out really, really far, like you can get your whole finger in there. So what I've done on the other side is a bit of Velcro there, and then doubled up the double-sided tape on that edge, if that makes sense. So I'll show you how they look, or how I'm doing that. I mean, let me put you down here. So for this little triangle one, all I'm doing is cutting a little bit of, actually a smaller bit there. We'll just use that piece as it is, I think. Yeah, we'll just use that bit as it is. So we've got that. I'm going to take it there and stick it on the very, very front edge of that piece there, where the boot has like a flatter sort of spot for it. So that'll be fine there. And we're going to cut a couple of strips of this, of the good stuff here. Around one there. I really need a new scissors. If anybody out there wants to sponsor me a scissors, let me know. We'll cut another strip. Put that one there. Okay, there's no need really for anything there. I've been cutting any of the excess little bits off there just to keep it as flat as I can, but you know, it's not going to be perfect because obviously the boot's not flat either, like, so you know, it's not a big problem. We'll pull the bracing off this, or bracing, the cover off this, stick that down a bit better. That'll be fine there. I'll get this one, actually I'll give that another rub, make sure it's okay. Get this guy off. I'll just show you just this one because it's essentially the same process for all the others. We'll peel the backing off the Velcro. Make sure that's nice and sticky. Right, now I'll try and do this one-handed so I can show you. So it's kind of difficult to do this now one-handed and show you. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to put you guys down and I'll come back to you when it's done. Okay, we'll hold that on there. Just a little bit of pressure applied on it, nothing crazy. It's ever so slightly out of line, but it's alright. It's not a big deal. We'll be okay there. Right. Yeah, that's that one done. Okay, let's move on to that last little one at the corner. Last one. See if we can get this on nice. We have our bit of Velcro there, we have a bunch of double-sided, so let's hold that there, apply a bit of pressure, we'll hold that there for a second. The other one on the other side is already starting to come off. I'm kind of not surprised, to be honest, so might have to do something to remedy that. But yeah, let's leave that there for a minute. And we're done. I like it. It looks pretty tidy, especially with the manifold stand and the back of the seats and stuff like that. It looks really nice. The only one I'm not super happy with is this one here, and the same on the opposite side, because there's a little, just under that corner of it there, the boot sticks out a little bit more, like there's the frame or whatever you want to call it of the boot, so it doesn't sit great. So that one has popped off once or twice, and that one has popped off once or twice. So what I might do is maybe get like magnets or something, and I could glue magnets to the back of the pieces, excuse me, and have the opposite side of the magnet obviously on the boot, so they would just click together, if that makes sense. I get the feeling that's probably what's going to happen, is something tells me with opening and closing the boot and stuff like that, that they're going to fall off. Usually double-sided tape is really good, but when it has a nice level smooth surface, which that isn't exactly, but it's close enough. But let me pull the car outside and give you a proper look. There we go, fit and finished. It's a little bit dull today, so it's kind of hard to make them out, but you get the idea. They look really nice, especially with the oh, you definitely can't see that, kind of the panels on the back of the car, or the back of the back seat I mean. Yeah, I'm really pleased with them. A little bit disappointed regarding the panels, like the pattern, the way it doesn't really match, but I mean, it's not the end of the world. Realistically, no one's going to pay too much attention to it. If I ever have a reason to buy more of that material, I'll redo that one there, but for now I think it's fine. Definitely dresses up the back of the car for sure. Like if you were looking in to like at a show or something, like it's quite eye-catching, you know. So yeah, pretty happy with it. An easy enough job to do, to tell you the truth. Just if you are ever doing it, fucking be careful what size you're gluing on and stuff like that. Don't make the same mistake I did, let alone make it twice, but live and learn, I guess. So yeah, how to make and trim custom little, I don't know what you call it, like inserts or something like that, for your car. Obviously applies to any car really. It's very, very straightforward. So yeah, thanks for watching that one, and we'll be back again pretty soon.